Thoughts, Chento?
No. Trying to lock in, but the only thing that is printing right now is a headache from Bitcoin. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going to
not.
explain you guys, and I'm going to talk you guys through why I'm thinking that right now it's insanely dangerous to trade. But we're going to do our absolute best to fucking hunch it. So the thing is, we've had the London stop hunt, right? So London opened at... Bro, it's not 7:30. It's... Wait, what time? Why? My time zones are off. So Asia swept the low, and we hunted up 1.86% upwards. And that's scary as fuck.
Our balance is slightly under yesterday. It's about $300 less than it was yesterday because we...
Bro, wait, you lost $300 on that close?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. You're trying to get me broke here, laddie.
Yeah, we tried a short earlier, which would now be up, but it was looking shit, so we closed it at break even. But I market ordered it, and it ended up buying up, and we got feed and so on. So it was fine.
You got
It
fat.
wasn't too bad of a loss, but not ideal.
Yeah, the market is holding yet again the bottom. It's not releasing liquidity.
Would be cool to try and scalp a move like we did yesterday because that was epic. So we'll see if we get given.
Yeah, but there needs to
any
be a move. Like the
opportunities.
thing is, they're consolidating under this level. Look, even at the 5 minutes, they're just consolidating at this range high. Every time frame is bullish, but they have a squeeze index of 89% squeeze. Even on the 4 hour, it's like 77.7% squeeze index.
What's the squeeze index?
Squeeze index means like how much pressure they're actually putting. And even look at this candle again. They're not releasing any liquidity to the downside. But the problem is, we've seen this so many times now, guys. They're just not releasing liquidity, and then all of a sudden we shit the goddamn bed. So I'm still, as long as we're below 72.5, I'm not buying this. I'm absolutely not buying that this is the real move. But the thing is, if we're 40xing, we don't have the runway for it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this 5 second again. Like, what's the plan here, laddie?
When you said you wouldn't buy under 72k, you meaning buying into it?
I'm not longing it. I'm not longing it.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because we're consolidating under-ish the dwell block level. But they're holding this level so well right now. Same as they did yesterday, but yesterday after finally rejecting, like looked at the same tabs, after finally rejecting, we moved down. But we have the problem that the EMAs are coming up here. So the closer they get, the stronger it becomes. I'm still very short biased. And I know it doesn't make sense per se. Yeah, 71.5 is still rejecting.
Interesting. Yeah, we're in a weird spot.
What am I seeing? What am I seeing?
So there's no liquidity above?
There is. There's a lot of liquidity above, but they refuse to grab it. But there's also shit ton of liquidity below that they refuse to grab as well. So I'm trying to make sense of what I'm seeing, because 𝗕𝗟𝗡 and Crypto.com have been pressuring this whole move upwards just by themselves.
Really?
As a challenge going, how much
that indicate?
So far? 4K profits were up like 80%, right?
Yep, correct.
What's your plan here, market maker? What's the game plan? Rejection, pressure up.
When you said that crypto.com are holding it up, does that not indicate that the move is not genuine across the board and being held up by a smaller group of people, and then would that then indicate that it's less of a valid move?
Depends on who crypto.com represents, because crypto.com represents Coinbase volume. Coinbase volume is ETF inflow. And that would mean that it could be sustainable volume. They're one of the few that can actually carry the market.
Okay.
Yeah, why I'm looking so weird is because I'm actually trying to lock in and try to make sense of what I'm seeing.
On CoinGlass, for me, it looks like there's a lot of liquidity at like 71.8 up to 72. It's a nice big chunk.
Yes, but look, from current level, 71.8 is 1.19%, right? So that's minus fees, 40% port gain. Look at the liquidity there is at 69.7. Minimum the same amount. Minimum has to be. I can just tell just by looking at it.
Are you seeing liquidity on your indicator there? Because I can't see
No.
it. Okay.
I'm seeing liquidity by behavior.
Interesting.
I can wait. You tell me which one is juicy or where do they want to go first?
They look pretty mirrored to my uneducated eye.
Exactly. But they're both having the equal length in terms of movement that is needed to grab them. So are you willing to risk 40% to make 40%? And my answer to that is a definitive, absolute fucking no.
It's interesting how we're on a dwell block as well, like right in the middle of it, not showing real direction.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Interesting. So we might have
it's not releasing 71k. It just keeps fucking around at 71k.
The good news is we've got no risk on the table right now, so we're just sitting on the hands and chilling while some clarity is hopefully formed. But
I would love to see them take out 70.3, because 70.3 would give clarity.
Clarity to the downside.
Yeah, bro, they've neglected 70k like 2 times. You see 70,080. They did the same scam on 70,060, so they neglected 70k. Except this time, 69.8, but this was an immediate retrace of the move up. GG's market maker, GG's. This is one of the best traps I've seen in a while. Look, they're doing the same pattern again, grinding upwards. So it probably is gonna attempt at the highs again. That would be my assumption. But an attempt at the highs, the previous attempt was $300 from here, 400. It's not worth it. Because they're lacking influx, they're lacking power. Look at the 5 minutes how they're building the candles, right? Exponential rejection on the second candle, net immediate rejection. And that's a sign that we're not going to dump a lot, because normally I want the first candle to reject. Look, the rejection is at the highest candle. The rejection is at the highest candle. So there's a fake pullback. Why? Because, wait, I'm listening to commercials in the meantime. The green wick is higher than the red wick, or the gray wick in my case. Here, the green wick is higher than the red wick as well. This is a real move down. You can see this pressure's down. These don't pressure down that much. We need to see an exponential candle at the top with a red wick That needs to be the highest point in order to be the real move, according to the current.
And what's different about those other wicks versus this one right here? I can't see the difference.
It's algorithmic programming. Look, this one, the highest point is a green candle.
Mm-hmm.
So the retrace is shallow, means the rejection is less hard. I wanted this one to be here. Then it would have retraced more. Why? Look.
Okay, I see what you mean.
This
now.
one, red candle is the highest point. Red candle is the highest point. I swear every time we had a hard retrace, red candles at the highest point. As long as you be my sins at the end. Where is it?
Okay, yeah, interesting.
The whole dump back from 76K. The highest point is a red candle. Highest point here is a red candle. I'm telling you, look. Highest point of the exponential move up, red candle. Highest point of the exponential move up is a red candle. Highest point of the exponential move up is a red candle.
So what's that showcasing that it's a red candle, that the move is extremely fast, and so the wick happens, and then within the same minutes it changes direction.
Red again. It means that the absorption is imminent and immediate. And with immediate absorption, it means that the violence that is used to pressure the move down is greater. So this one here will have a bigger retest than this one here. At least that's my philosophy.
Okay, that's interesting.
Red candles can be on the 5 minute, can be on the 15 minute, can be in the 30 minutes. It's as long as it's a semi-low time frame. So I'm not talking the 4 hour. I'm talking about lower time frame. And it's something I've been seeing that the algorithm is doing. Oh, this is why we're here. Range compression on the 30 minutes. Hourly is probably approaching as well, slightly below. I think the hourly is going to be, yeah, exactly. 2 hours is going to be pulling up here as well. It's going to be here, I think. Oh, 2 hours above. That's interesting. Oh, it's the first exponential one. And the 4 hours still at 78K, I think. 81. 88. That's a gap. That's scary. You beat there and hold on. So we haven't seen an... Let's call them like this. I will call them climaxing candles. And I want to see climax candle red at the highs in order to be certain of the fact that the move is actually retracing hard. Because now it's just a rejection and a consolidation at the previous eruption point, so to say, you know, because it's going back into this range. So as a rule of thumb, it's easier to assume that if we want to see big retraces, we want to see red at the top, right? And that's what I'm waiting for right now. Like, yeah. Are you sure just came in? No, I'm sidelined.
You guys can see underneath the chart there, it says positions 0. So we're in nothing at the moment. We're just watching. Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen that about the candles before. The account is at just under $9,000 right now. So pretty much same as what it was yesterday's stream. We're up 80% on port.
How can we get those indicators? Well, start by signing up with Blue, and the link is pinned in the top. And as soon as I'm gonna release them, you guys will be the first ones that are gonna be able to use them.
From 5K, yes, that's correct. We've gone from 5K to just under 9K so far in the challenge. It is big indeed. It's really solid. Really solid indeed.
What are we doing, Betty? What are we doing, Betty? You see, this is what I mean. Like, why do you imagine you enter short here, right? And it just fucks off $60 in 10 seconds, because that's what we're talking about. Every time it's trying to go down with decent volume, and this is decent volume and a little bit of liquidations, the market is like, nah, bitch, we thought about it. Ain't gonna fucking happen. It's the same behavior we've seen last week. It's the exact same shit. They're not releasing the liquidity. Monday and Tuesday gonna be a bloodbath up, and then all of a sudden Wednesday, Thursday, like bang, smack again.
All
I can be wrong, but
is
it's
one of those trades that we kind of fumbled the exit, at least in the sense by just exiting early. If we are to get our hands on one of those and just kind of hold it through whatever crazy move they do, whether it's a big move,
yeah, but
down,
it's not coming from here, and that's the problem.
Yeah, gotcha.
The problem is they're probably not going to give higher because everyone is expecting higher. But with this board and this movement, my system won't allow me to do it, and my system is holy. I can't just mid-market entry for the fun and giggles. Look at the wicks on the downside here. Wick, 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 wick. So 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles have tried to go below it. That's 45 minutes of trying to get below this level. And the market is just sitting there like, you know what, buddy? Abso-fucking-lutely not. It's not just a regular attempt. It's immediate absorption and eating up the liquidity. And that's not normal behavior. Why is it not normal behavior? Because that doesn't happen. Look, it's the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 times that they attempted it. 19 attempts to break a low.
It broke it. It broke it briefly, though.
That's not how this works. Look at here. Attempt, shift out. Attempt, shift out. Attempt, shift out. This is normal behavior. So it's an attempt. It's a liquidity grab. They grab the liquidity. It's not enough to exponentially move out. Reattempt. Grab, reattempt. Grab, reattempt. Okay, liquidity collected, moving up. Attempt, shifting out, right? That's how normal behavior works. This is not normal behavior.
Interesting.
And this is so much alpha. The fact that they're doing this here tells me that most likely they're going to absolutely annihilate the range. Why? If you have this many attempts, and you still are unable to shift out, bro, something's wrong. Something is absolutely wrong. Either they're artificially keeping it here to annihilate the downside. What?
Annihilate the range? Do you mean smash through where it couldn't break so many times? Like a sharp wick down?
Yes. Okay. That's what makes me bearish. This stuff here has the tendency, especially because we're currently still in a bear market, to just, well, where's my arrow? To just do this.
But you're not willing to take the risk on that because it could equally do that to the upside and grab all that liquidity at 72,000.
Yes, because it's mid-range. Look again here. It has a first attempt. I'm going to tell you that these are sick 5-second candles. Look. If they don't pressure it out now, it's going to go at the highs again. You see, it starts slowly shifting in volume, and then it just stops having pressure. And that just artificially inflating towards a certain level. They just refuse to release liquidity. And this is, bro, this is a new level of manipulation by itself. You see air influx. So it's still going to hold the same level again. And that's just what is so obnoxious.
So we would need to see a break below where it struggled to break below. So breaking 70,300 or breaking...
Yeah, but bro, listen, spot is selling. There's sell pressure again. There's an insane amount of sell pressure. And they're just, you see, they're bluntly ignoring it. At the same exact point. Same exact point. Nothing special, nothing new. Look,
Oh, wow.
bro,
Look at that.
what the fuck are you supposed to do with this?
I'll be back in 1 second.
You couldn't
Just gonna run
even
to the
see
bathroom.
volume coming in. Look, no volume came in. Still not, there's no volume coming in. What is your indicator for up or down planets? Because planets have influence on water and humans exist for like 90% out of water. It's the same as ebb and tide with the moon cycles. Hey, I'm from India. Today is the first day watching you guys. We'll be journey to get rich. Hopefully I get rich too. It's forming a descending triangle. Yeah, it could. Like I don't look at triangles or trend lines or whatever because for me they're bullshit. Pin stops put now 3 times. Chento, am I water? Yes, you are water. Look back, you missed nothing. They pumped it back up again.
Yeah, that's
Into
interesting.
The
You
previous
called
point.
that. You called that one to the T.
Yeah, of course. They're not releasing the liquidity. Even though, look at CVD, it's going down. So everything is selling right now, right?
So the fact that everything's selling, would that indicate that this is a weak pump, and that a short anywhere near around this entry would be wise on like a longer term trade?
It's
Because it's kind of inevitable that it will then again push down.
It should be, but the problem is it can stay irrational very, very, very fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
Look at what CVD is. CVD is dropping. Like the interest at this candle was higher. At this candle, it was all higher. And the price is higher now. Wow, the interest is lower. That's absolutely ridiculed. Well, look at this candle again, man. That's 0.2% minimum, I think. 0.28%.
Nine said, Baxter, what's the cut called you're rocking? It's called the cut of having dead straight fucking hair that it's got not a single wave in it, and it just sits wherever it wants, basically. As far as wear a hat. I got that annoying ass hair.
Look at this. Look at how it takes 71k again. It's absolutely ridiculed. Of people asking why you're not trading, because this market is insanely manipulated, and I refuse to be part of this manipulation circus. For me, this, and I also told it to Inner Circle, there's no glory to be made in this for me. Absolutely none. Like now they're slowly grinding it down again, but probably there's going to be an absolute green face ripper coming up. Not taking anything now.
Be back 1 second.
That's not interesting. It's annoying. Bro, it's annoying. Look. The most important thing is to overtrade and over leverage. Absolutely not, Max. My SL is still at 71.5, mine as well. Chento is currently my favorite trader. I made decent profit yesterday, but we missed a big spike up. Yeah, the thing is, it's not a move you can predict like yesterday, you know? It's lucky if you catch it. People saying, oh, I saw it coming are absolutely lying. They're lying to their teeth. Call it a day. No, we're gonna sit here, have a conversation. We're gonna chill a bit, but the chances of me entering a trade are indeed gonna be pretty slim.
Another one of those days, unfortunately.
Yeah, since I started trading with you, the market stopped making sense to me. I don't know if I don't want to blame you, but I'm insinuating it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you. You have, but that being said, you've still crushed it, and
super easy. All you gotta do is short the top and long the bottom. Yeah, it's. Hi, buddy. How are you?
and too afraid to lead back.
People expected a relief bounce, yeah, but that's. Bro, you have a release bounce and you have an absolute. Bro, by the way, why are you up, my friend? Yeah, you're better. Jesus. Holy crap, what time is it? 3.
What time zone's that? Where is it? 3?
LA.
All right. The Americans. At the start, you said you took a trade and closed it. We take a challenge trades off stream too. Yeah, occasionally if there's one, but it gets sent in the Discord. We just took a really quick one, but closed it at break even.
Yeah, before I even posted it, we were out again.
Yeah, so it was a super quick one. It was effectively negligible, just a couple $100. Fortunately, loss. I guess this may be a shorter stream if we're sitting in a weird range yet again.
But just hit the pause button on it.
Someone said they think you'd slay gold trading. I agree. I reckon you'd crush it on gold.
No, it is boring. I like Bitcoin.
Not lately.
You have a special relationship.
So on these moves up, there's not much spot buying.
Bro, there's absolutely nothing. But look at it again. Like, what am I supposed to comment on this? Look at these 20 seconds. It's just like, you know what? I'm just going to fuck off here.
So should we... It's just dumb, obviously, but in what that person said before, just short the top and long the bottom. Like, could we trade that range, or there's no money to be made after fees and
what's the range?
The risk?
What's the range?
The range of 71 flat to... I guess it's
70.8.
Yeah. Doesn't make much sense, does it?
No. It's gonna rocket again, I'm telling you.
An interesting one, guys. At least we haven't had... this has been a relatively realistic week of this challenge, where it's not like we've just had home run opportunities day after day. This is pretty standard to deal with some BS, seems. And while still being pretty risk off and sitting on our hands when we need to and not trading just for the sake of it, which is why we're probably still having a pretty solid account size instead of taking some huge L's. Baxter, what's your target? Well, the target for this challenge account is 50k. That's the main goal. If we hit that, it's just ridiculous, of course, but that's the main goal. That's what we're trying to do. And the port's around 9k, yep. So we need just above a 5x from here to smash the main goal.
Bro, what am I looking at?
And Chento, you're not in any trades right now, are you?
Absolutely not. I'm not touching it with a 20-foot pole.
You started with 5k? Yes, we did. We've turned 5k into just under 9k so far. And we're currently sitting in all cash, in nothing, just completely risk off watching. Yesterday was a good one. We set off the confetti cannon with ease. Didn't have any trouble setting that off. That was awesome. And hit a banger on stream.
Yeah, that was smooth.
That was a fun day. I feel like we'll get one of those again. Maybe not today, but in the next few days we'll get there.
Why is it not going down?
Are you streaming later today?
Yeah, but only short because we have a company paddle outing with Baxter. So I'm gonna stream for like 90 minutes.
Did you say paddle outing?
Yeah.
Oh, fun. I love paddle. That would be sick.
Yeah, it's nice. Bro, the thing is, it's even starting to annoy me. Why is it going up? This thing makes absolutely 0 sense. 0.
I wonder if it'll take out that high level and push back up.
What's so difficult to understand? Oh, thank you. Teach us more, you absolute god. So if longs opening and shorts are closing, the price goes up. So it's not that the CVD is going down then and the market gets an imbalance at the current price, right? I must be understanding everything I know about markets completely wrong until you showed up, oh great warrior. So if the world appears to be going to shits because oil prices is rising, there's an energy crisis pending, there's a pump based on fake news, it's like, you're just like, I love you, right? Yeah, but what's the real move? Is it spot or is futures the real move? Who's dictating the market?
How can you see that besides your FlowX platform that's not available to the public yet? Is there a way to see who's where the volume's coming
you have
from?
CVD indicators. It's always nice to have Michael Saylor in the chat. Don't poke the bear.
Yeah. Oh, true that. Speaking of poke the bear, are you any good at paddle?
Yeah. I'll manage. Good thing Chento doesn't trigger easily. And normally it's pretty alright. Yes, futures are holding up, but there's no futures volume. Look, there's no influx. So this move is completely driven by 600k of volume. And 600k of volume currently is driving the market $40. That's uncanny because it's that illiquid, while sell pressure is still a remaining thing. And that's what is annoying me about this move. Chento 𝗩𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗂𝗧, I read your comment, thank you. It is insanely bearish, but it just has a tendency to completely neglect it right now, and that's what is annoying me.
Yeah, so it's being irrational, and as you say, the market can be irrational longer than we can be liquid. So it can just it can take everything before it does the real move.
Yeah, but like this is a new level of irrationality, you know, especially with all the macro signs that we're witnessing now.
As you said yesterday, what I found really interesting is that what Trump said about Iran was proven to be not true, and that was the cause of the pump, and it didn't even reverse slightly at the coming out.
No.
They had no idea. So that's just really
Didn't
strange.
give a flying fuck.
Because they obviously cared about what he said, but then they didn't care about it not being true.
There we go again. Just focus on the deadly horses. Yeah.
We got 300 in here right now. That's a lot more than normal. I think people probably saw how yesterday
No,
went.
yesterday we had 380.
This early? I feel like we get it later.
I don't know. I'm too busy watching paint dry to look at the time. See how they equally taken that bottom and now just shifting out without anyone ever having to buy Bitcoin? You know, this move feels like having phantom pains.
Phantom pains.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Time to go car shopping worked yesterday. Actually, I wanted to go to 70.3 because that would be the only thing that would make sense for me right now.
That's
Also,
such a
the
big
fact that
move.
you're just bluntly
I'd get
ignoring the
FOMO.
liquidity here.
That would give me FOMO watching it drop to 70.3 because that would double our account. We caught that.
Bro, you have FOMO issues anyway.
Yeah, I do.
I just have the tendency to ignore your FOMO.
Yeah, smart.
Your FOMO means nothing to me.
A weird one. So, like what we've said about how weak the move is, would that lead you to want to build a short position with potentially lower leverage or less risk in a different port, like not a challenge port like what we've got, but knowing that it's really not going to hold up because it doesn't make any sense?
So, Ryan, you're saying that there has been talks or what?
Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Annihilate it. We're here every damn day. Chento's here numerous times a day.
I just read that thing on The Guardian. So are there talks now or are there no talks? Because apparently no one knows if they're talking. Are they that absolutely stupid?
What a weird time in the world we're in right
Bro,
now.
it's ridiculed. It's absolutely ridiculed. At the verge of a world war and everyone is just chilling. People in Dubai like, yo, guys, nothing happened. Everything is chill here. Bro, what are we talking about even?
What are you waiting for if you move to Dubai? You're just waiting for it to completely settle down and no more interceptions, no more anything flying through the air, just completely back to normal?
I don't know. I have to see. France just got involved. I highly doubt that France gets involved. They probably just surrender because that's what France does. Normally they just roll over. Yeah, buddy, Code Soup, I 100% agree with you with the short bias. I just think that they are artificially holding it here longer than expected, and that's what's not making sense. The spot sell pressure is imminent, and spot is always the real move. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, my target would be to at least obliterate 67.5K yet again. Take out this low. That's the only thing that's making sense to me right now. So we're absolutely on the same page. What is annoying me is how they can artificially keep price up with almost next to no volume. They killed a Frenchman? Hmm. Wait, it's going up again. What a joke. Hey, buddy. You good? Yeah, I'm streaming.
Would you consider building because the move is falsified and, well, not falsified, but doesn't hold up because spot's not buying? Would you build like a longer term short position at these levels with less leverage?
On my main, yes, but not for the challenge.
Yeah, gotcha.
Charles, the goal, aircraft carriers inbound with strike group to straight. The fuck? It's hilarious. Can't make that shit up.
That's the biggest volume candle we've seen yet.
Could miners be playing a role in keeping the price up? No. Miners just mostly bluntly have to follow prices, because all they can do is dump and not keep it up because miners are not buying. So, yeah. So I don't see how they could hold up price, because they can't do any buying pressure, neither can they do selling pressure. So for me, it's neglectable, the miners' influence. It's Bitcoin is just being an annoying little prick. That's all it is.
Oh, that's a move.
Yeah. Bro, like I said, if it doesn't want to come down, it's probably going up. It's another 0.5%. All we can do is wait until it makes sense again. They're not even liquidating anything.
Yeah, that's what I find interesting, is that they've always, in every move we've seen the last at least week on stream, pretty much all the moves have been for liquidations. So, whereas it's such a blank space, looks like they've got a range from 71.5 down to 70.
Yeah, it's just... What can I say? It's boredom in a can.
What do you think would be the highest probability outcome? Would it be like a crazy red candle that just blows us away and breaks through all of the previous support levels and grabs the liquidity underneath? Or a big green dildo upwards to do the same in the upside?
What were you saying? Sorry.
I was saying, if you had to guess which side it's going to do one mega candle to grab all the liquidity, do you think it's above or below? Or just too unsure now? That's why we're not in anything. Wow, this is a good pump.
Oh, yeah. Typical.
Jeez.
Bro, the predictability of it is so high.
we're nearly at that level where we were on stream a few days ago, where we shorted at 71.5, closed it for a small profit, and then 5 minutes later it dumped 1.4%.
Yeah, it has the tendency to do that.
5 minutes. And you guys probably know if you watched yesterday's stream, but about 15 minutes after we closed our long, we had the...
Bro, I want a full board shorted. I'm getting so absolutely annoyed by it.
Yeah, yesterday we had, after we ended, that 4% candle, 4% 5 minute green candle, which would have, on 40x, that's 160%, so that would have made us a shit ton, which is just hilarious. We still did well, but alright, that would have been hilarious. That would have been like a $10,000 trade. Must be nice having inside info on those events. Yeah, I know, right? Being in the Trump family would be handy if you're a scalper. Seems like a decent entry.
Bro, how do you rectify this bullshit? Like... lose control. This feels like a dead by 1,000 cuts.
What's your plan after this challenge, Baxter? Well, if we hit the goal of 50k, I'll be in the Discord trailing Chento's picks with that account. Honestly, that would be the plan. And I'll just keep doing my videos, doing my same stuff. Yeah, I'll definitely keep the account going for sure.
Could it be a supply issue, bro? Everything is a supply issue. But then ignoring the real supply issues, to be honest. Look at this move, man. 0.6% move with is absolute no volume. None whatsoever. And Bitcoin, have you ever seen like one of these girls that is running through, you know, what's the name? Have you ever seen Snow White? Like la 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 la. You know, that's what the vibe Bitcoin is giving me. Like
just like frolicking through the hills.
Yeah.
With not a care in the world, just sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, just skipping around like la 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 la, nothing going on, you know, nothing to see here. Keep it on moving forward.
Where are you from, Baxter? I'm from Australia, if you can't tell by my Australian bogan accent. Planning to move internationally though, so if anyone's got some recommendations in the comments of a cool place, send them through.
La 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 la. There it goes again. Snow White and the Bluntman.
Well, in Australia, you pay a lot of tax here. That's the kind of the only downside I feel like of the place. It's a great place, but if you work online and you don't have to physically go to a location in Australia to make money, like have a job or something, is the position I'm in. It can be slightly frustrating from a tax perspective because I can do my job from anywhere in the world, but yeah, I like Australia, so it's a tough one. Come to Thailand. Yeah, I know I've got a few friends who are planning on a move to Thailand, and I know the cost of living's pretty good. Go to Bali. Bali's not really advantageous in tax. It's slightly better over Australia, but negligibly, if that's a word. It's what I like about Bali is the cost of living again. You can live like a king for a few grand a month. Dubai. Yeah, I was really planning Dubai up until a month ago, and now I'm just sitting on my hands with Dubai because it's a craziness over there right now. So I'm just taking it easy and seeing how it all unfolds. I'm in Brizzy. Yeah, that's a good spot. If I was to move somewhere in Australia, it would be Queensland, Sunshine Coast. It's absolutely beautiful up there. Who was telling you that it's craziness in Dubai? Just, I don't think that needs too much explanation. More tumultuous than it was a month ago. That's all I'll say. You two have a good dynamic. Been enjoying your streams. Thank you. Appreciate it. I've been enjoying it too. It's good
Wish
fun.
Bitcoin had a good dynamic.
Yesterday was fun because we caught something.
Yeah,
the whole trade on stream, which was the first time we've done that entry and exit. It's freaking funny. So good. Everyone in here loved it as well. Oh, that was too good.
We trade altcoins. Absolutely not. If he starts touching altcoins, I'll out this Owen.
Yeah, ultimate flow objects. I think you summed it up pretty well there. No hate on Dubai as a place, but you know, if you're comparing it a month or two ago to now, you can see why people would be a bit more hesitant on making the move. No, I haven't been to Brazil, but it looks like fun over there. I would definitely go there.
What do you think about ETF as a starting investor? It's good. It can work.
Yeah, I like Chento with the cap. You're looking fly. What cap is that?
𝗨𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗏.
I actually was about to guess that. Straight up, I was gonna say, is that a 𝗨𝗏𝗡𝗏𝗏 hat? And that's another question I have for you. Do you buy designer clothes? Do you care about brands?
Absolutely not. No, the only brand I like is Christian Dior because it has the same initials.
Oh, yeah,
I know it sounds narcissistic as fuck, but the rest, yeah.
Yeah, that's an expensive hat. Aren't they like $700?
I have no clue. It was a gift.
Ah. Europeana hat. Oh yeah, like 400 bucks, something like that.
Bro, if people ask me about designer clothes, listen, I just dress as I'm poor, you know? Like I have a black t-shirt that has seen more washing machine than the average housewife.
Do you ever, like back in the day when you first started doing well, did you ever ball out on clothes, or you just never gave a shit about clothes?
No. I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, I wear pretty much blank clothes as well. Oh, this is interesting. Well, luckily we went in a short.
Yeah, well.
True wealth is good relationships, guys. I agree. Friends and family. What makes life fun.
Well, it doesn't matter how wealthy you are if you're not with the right people.
I like the quote, would you rather smile in a Toyota or cry in a Lamborghini? And
cry in a Lamborghini.
I feel like that's an easy answer, but if you're in the position, just like, because I know people who genuinely believe that cry in a Lamborghini is the answer, and it's just not. I feel like it takes.
The only way you cry in a Lamborghini is if you have to go and get gas.
Yeah, especially at the moment.
Not me much.
A guy getting liquidated 650 Bitcoin at 71,700. Oh, that's interesting. Is that big enough for them to chase, Chento?
Yeah. Especially at this liquidity. But like I told you, as long as we don't see an exponential candle or a red candle at the highs, we're not going down. But a 0.8% pump up is slightly uncalled for, in my opinion. But yeah, who am I to judge, you know?
Yesterday was sweet. How much y'all make? We made, I reckon, $1,200 yesterday. It was sweet. I loved it. It was hilarious. We had a good time.
And do I should go for the rest of the year? I don't know. I just want to become the biggest crypto influencer. By real trading and just changing people's lives and help them make money instead of all the cap that everyone is doing. Yeah, that's just me.
I think that's definitely a reality for the next few months. For sure. It's a stale industry. There's a lot of BS.
Bro, there's so much crap. It's like crap city.
Bart asked, "Are you the new sniper?" Mark.
What do you mean by that?
I think he's referring to potentially Sheldon the sniper.
I don't think me and Sheldon are comparable. We have different styles. We're different people. We have different mindsets. It's, yeah.
The new Sheldon, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we're comparable. And I'm not saying one is butter, but it's better butter. I don't saying I'm butter. I'm butter. Butter chicken. No, but it's, yeah, you can't compare us. I like
on
to
the
see
stream I watched
myself
of
as
you
more or
guys,
less.
the trading style was completely different.
Just kidding. I did not. I discovered. Who else came here from Sheldon's stream? Yeah, we're different. Okay. Did you guys make money with Sheldon? Did you guys make money with him?
My little algorithm I've got on TradingViews pinging a short signal here on the 1 minute.
I love his character, so nice on Moonboy. I just watch him for banter. Yeah, listen, everyone has his own thing. Okay, it looks like something that might be rejecting, but it's probably not going to reject. It's probably going to fuck off up even more.
We're in a no trade zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, are there any other crypto influencers you guys watch and trust and who actually do like show some genuine trades that don't just delete every bad call they ever make and so on?
What's with 𝗩𝗩?
I think they're saying that answering my question of who do you watch who's actually legit and doesn't delete their bad posts. Because as you know, if you make a bad call, you'll delete it for the most
Bro,
part.
don't get me started on 𝗩𝗩. Dr. Profit?
𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗙. Yeah, I met 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗙 a few months ago. He's a cool guy. Lots of people like 𝗩𝗩 in the chat.
Hey, down we go.
The drumming.
No one is saying me. I feel neglected. No one's liking me in my own stream, imagine. Trump. Yeah, who is your favorite crypto streamer? Trump. That's actually coded answer, to be honest.
I use a private algo that was given to me by a friend of mine who's very profitable as well, but he's more of a long-term trader, buy and hold. A good algorithm though can give you some good confirmation on a trade you're thinking about. Another little confluence.
Bro, someone just texted me. My favorite crypto streamer, not Chento, he's a lot with paper trading. What do you do with these people? Just instantly ban them, or you just
He's a lot with paper
nail them
trading.
to the highest pose and just kill them? Jen, you got to provide value between the trades, otherwise you're gonna lose watchers. Seb, I couldn't give a flying fuck.
Yeah, if you don't want to watch, don't watch, to be honest.
Yeah.
For US equities, Marine Lambo is a beast. I've seen him on Instagram. He's seems like a cool guy. I see him posting huge trades, like $1.2 million in a day and that sort of thing.
Are you in a trade right now? Absolutely not. Like, the value is in learning how to wait and not to get absolutely obliterated by this market. Like, tell me, what do you want to make out of this? Look at this 4-hour candle, my friend. This 4-hour, this little itty bitty scandal. What about Crypto Rover? You want to get instantly banned, or you just want to wait a bit more?
Can you drop some shade on your least favorite influencer, or are we not going to go down that path?
Yeah, I have a couple of them. Listen, you know what's the issue with the crypto industry, and that's why I'm here. People make way too much money way too easily and think that they developed an absolute god complex. And he might be one of them. There's so many lobs that are not even trading and chilling absolutely everything. Bro, the guy is selling tweets for 20K a tweet. Who the fuck thinks that he's worth 20K a tweet?
What, selling meme coin shields? 20K a tweet?
Yeah. Yeah, and then allocating capital and everything. Look at his track record. Listen, you don't get called out by ZachXBT by being an amazing gent, you know?
For that.
How to do Sheldon's life with the mentalist. I love making money, but I enjoy learning more, so you don't always need to rely on influence. So thanks for all you do. You're more than welcome, buddy.
I hear so much
So
about
over here, I guess.
And I
Bro, that
didn't
was crazy.
see that.
Bro, the guy wasn't even touching me, and I could feel it.
Oh, so it worked on you. I thought people were saying that you weren't even paying attention. You were just looking at the chart.
Yeah, I was. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I'm in a Bitcoin long. Bro, this shit just keeps bluntly pumping back up while there's nothing to pump to. So I don't really know what I'm looking at, to be honest. It's kind of sus, it's kind of fake, it's kind of sus, it's kind of more sus.
That voice is kind of
And
sus.
Yeah, I know. I just feel that I'm being touched in places I don't want to be touched without my consent, and Bitcoin is doing that to me right now, to be honest.
What's that red box above the highs? That big red box.
It's an order block that has 2 tabs until now. 𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙 is good. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I'm working on educational. Can I show the Dropbox, or can people enter the Dropbox if I show the Dropbox, Baxter?
Yeah, don't show it, because people can enter
it. That might not be good, will it?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't.
No, so yeah, I've recorded like a bunch of educational videos until now. Fucking recordings. So I have different trading sessions, maintenance margin, revenge trading, risk reward. Why does 99% of the people lose money? EMAs, MACD, market working basics, RSI, spot versus futures, support and resistance, and trend lines is what I've made until now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And tell
6,
the chat
7,
the
8,
grand
9,
price
10,
that you're
11,
offering
12.
all of these videos for.
0.
That's why he's the GOAT.
So I made 9 videos as of now. No, bro, I can't even count further than 9. What the actual fuck is wrong with me? Fucking recordings. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 educational videos till now.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a full-blown course full of straight alpha.
I'm aiming at like 80, 90 videos, but I'm gonna need time. It's a lot of work. Kareem, thank you very much. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Kareem, I agree with that. That's why I'm a big fan of Chento as well. Same reasoning.
The thing is, what I don't get, like, listen, the affiliate money is nice. Why? Because I have a team, right? So I'm paying the team. I'm paying my devs who build the indicators with me. I'm paying the content team like Baxter. I'm paying Victoria. I'm paying the traders in the Discord. Why? Because we're all just one big team, and these people need to be paid in the end, right? I'm getting Mentos. Thank you. And that's what I don't want to lose money on crypto, you know? And I don't want to use my profits I make trading to pay the team because I want to do good. I'm more than willing to do good. But there needs to be like an upside or something.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely needs to be an upside.
And that's what we use the ref link for. So that's why it's important for us to use the ref link, and we can stay stronger against everything. Who is Baxter affiliated with? With me.
Chento and I do content work together. That's how this whole challenge started.
Yeah, not Mentos, but Chentos. I know the joke by now, guys.
That's another interesting question. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah, what do you eat throughout the day? I've never even seen you eating. Like, do you order every meal? Uber Eats?
Maybe. Like, I think cooking is a waste of time. If I can spend those 30 minutes differently, I make more money. So I'm a very, very hypothetical and efficient guy. Yeah, I still box because people are asking so many stupid questions. I need to have a method to keep my demons at bay. Otherwise, I start hitting randoms.
I can see Chento hitting
my size
a random.
and posture, hitting randoms will get you jailed.
So what's your favorite food? I never got an answer.
I think I'm gonna go with 𝗕𝗟𝗡.
What's that?
That would be the gambas, and then in like oil with spices and everything. It's amazing. I also like tapas. I like steak. I like lobster. I like
so
mussels.
So you like you like everything you just named, like 5 seafoods.
Yeah, and also steak, pizza, shit like that. Spare ribs. Listen, if it's unhealthy, I'm going for it.
Yeah, that prawn dish does look nice. 𝗕𝗟𝗡. What cuisine is that?
What's God? Absolute God. Spanish. I love seafood, to be honest.
Nothing unhealthy about seafood.
Mixed grill by the Greek. Yeah, that's also nice. Thank you. You're far too kind. What song is that? Who knows?
Yeah, I agree. Chento needs to come to Australia. It's we do have, that's another benefit of Australia. We got
Yeah,
some
but the
food.
thing is with Australia, it's eaten or be eaten, especially by the.
The horse.
Or do I need to bring it up again?
I know. I can't bear that conversation again about the Australian horse. Everyone says Australia so far, but what do you think Australians do when they have to go to Europe? And they go to Europe every July for Europe summer. Think they take a different route or something? You just do it. You get on the plane and you get off, and it's a long flight, but you know, time's gonna pass anyway.
Chento will have to fight some kangaroos before eating. Yeah.
No food culture in Australia. Yeah, I agree. We don't have food culture, but we have good food. Like, we don't have Australian cuisine, but we have every other cuisine, and at high quality. Like, you can eat everything here, and it's always pretty good. We have a sausage and bread. That's our Australian cuisine food.
Yeah, our horses are in freaking dollar. Yeah, I know.
What about besides trading, Chento? Do you like any hobbies, like play chess or anything?
Yeah,
like
I'm
that?
pretty good at chess, to be honest.
You seem like a chess guy, to be honest. That's why I said that.
I'm good at chess. I like boxing. I like battle. I loved racing motorcycles, but I'm not allowed to anymore contractually because apparently I can kill myself with it.
What? Contractually, who's preventing you from killing yourself?
My shareholders.
Oh.
Also boxing. No, not really.
Racing motorcycles, that has got to be one of the most dangerous sports of
No,
all
it's
time.
not. It's absolutely not. Because you're already close to the ground. So it's mostly slip and slide. What website is on the main screen? 𝗨𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but it's not publicly released yet. No flirting in the casino.
Food quality in Australia trumps most places in the world. Completely agree. I've been pretty much all around the world, and Australia food is freaking top tier. No glaze, but it's true.
Trading is way more dangerous. Oh yes, it is. How are you finding Cape Town? It's nice. The nice thing about Cape Town is it basically has everything, from nature to big city vibes to a beach and mountains, and that's pretty rare, to be honest.
That does sound cool. I haven't been there.
It's nice. Yeah. No flirting in the casino.
Australia also has the best coffee. Yeah, I have heard that. I don't drink coffee, to be honest, but everyone around me does.
So
we do have a big coffee culture, indeed. What's your favorite alcoholic drink, Chento? That's a good question. What is that?
Whiskey sour, gin tonic, and rum coke. But I don't drink much. Trading is not for the weak. Look at BitBoy. Yeah, but BitBoy has different issues, man. The coke and juiced. I love BitBoy, don't get me wrong. I know him personally as well. I prepared him for his fight with Ansem. How old are you? I'm 59. Do you use the Amazon time frame? No. No, I'm 29, man. Don't panic, I'm here. Oh, thank God, man. I was shaking in my boots not seeing your name.
Don't panic, I'm here now. That's funny.
What?
That's funny, that comment from Dino, don't panic, I'm here now.
BitBoy is a fucking scammer. Bro, BitBoy has been through so much. The thing is, a lot of guys label him as a scammer, and he might be a scammer, but that guy is such an OG carrier in the crypto space. When he was running after Sam Bankman-Fried, bro, I almost peed my pants. When he found Sam Bankman-Fried in the, what was it again? Where was he hiding? Not the Maldives, but it's hilarious. 49 low, you look 50. I'm 29, you cunt.
Oh,
bro, you know how much of my life you guys are taking? You know how rough you guys are on me? It's ludicrous.
Baxter, how old are you? I'm 24. So I'm basically pushing 30.
Yeah, me too.
We both are.
Banhammer incoming? No, I don't really care about my age, to be honest.
Well, there's nothing. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with it. It's not like you're 80.
Yeah, BitBoy is an absolute OG.
This might be another one of those days, guys, with nothing executed on the trading front. But if we
what
do,
if I say I'm not
we'll
like
send
the
it in the
others?
Discord
What
like
if I
usual.
say I'm not like another one? What if I say I would never surrender?
I'm not surprised because yesterday was so good. It would have been unrealistic to back it up. Yesterday was so good. I don't know.
It's just what
I feel like we
people
used
need
up
to
all our
learn
luck.
and what people need to understand is that you stop trading what you want, you start trading what the market gives you. And that's such a big change in mindset. I trade whatever the market gives me, right? I can't force it. I don't force trades.
Who is this Baxter? I'm the broke to rich candidate who we're trading on my account in this challenge. Chento, how did you feel when you made your first 1 mil? That's a good question.
Good.
But you're not really broke, are you? No, I'm not broke, but I'm playing the part of the broke because at the end of the day, it wouldn't matter whether I'm broke
We can
or
get
not.
him
The
there,
account
don't worry.
size is still the same. Yeah, hopefully Chento doesn't send me broke.
Bro, how am I supposed to do this?
After you stop the streaming, the market maker will make the move. Yeah, well, that's happened for 3 days. Like, yesterday we closed our long, pumped 4% in 5 minutes. The other day we closed our short, fell 2% in like an hour. Been pretty funny, to be honest. Yeah, what a boring chart today. Doing nothing.
Tell me about it.
There was more volatility under this level at around 68. Like the swings were bigger.
You know, people, I didn't become retarded. I'm doing KYC verification.
I thought you were training your Face ID on your phone.
No, I was doing my verification. Bro, this range is so absolutely dreadfully horrific.
Oh shit. Well, I guess we'll see if we sweep the 72K range and grab all that liquidity. That might be the move to write it back down.
Bro, the one saying 78 to 80K, please get yourself checked. Bro, look at CVD dropping on this move. Like, CVD's on the floor and price is going up, man. Crazy. It's like there's a guy sitting underneath the chart, like.
Where's CVD on your chart? It's the yellow line, right?
Yeah, it's yellow.
And it's just.
It is yellow.
It's effectively the total volume chart. Is that right? Or is it spot? Is it only including spot or something?
CVD shows the divergence between the two.
So when it's higher, it's more futures trading?
No, when it's higher, it means that people are buying. When it's lower, people are selling. It's divergence.
Drink some water. Reminder, actually.
Are we up or down? Just joined. Well, I am down, but that's more like a characteristic track thing, you know? No, just kidding. We're sidelined. We're still at 9K.
Yeah, I see where it says 0 positions. That means 0 positions.
I'm already rich. How to get broke again? Send me all your money. I can help you, no problem. Come on.
How was your stream yesterday? After this one, your solo stream. Anything crazy happen?
Yeah, me vibing to stupid music. Telling the same crap, but to more viewers. That's basically yeah.
Same old shit.
Was fun. Will not force us. We us. No trade is the best trade, and don't chase the market. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's been a good lesson for me, to be honest, because the FOMO is real when you watch the big swings, especially the downward swings when you're already in like a long-term short bias and you see a pump and then a retracement. You're like, oh, just the reality. Chase it and you get wrecked.
Though there's no glory to be made here. And remember, no flirting in the casino. I have to elevate my MacBook because this thing is like running 1,000,000 degrees right now.
CVD going down and price going down, is that typical?
Yeah, that's bueno. That's bueno. 𝗕𝗟𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙, yeah, I just seen that my CPU is like 77 degrees with 67% pressure on it.
Yeah, hot mine. Mine's 67. My hottest one is 70. I feel like that's probably pretty standard.
What? 75%? No, 75 degrees.
70 degrees. 70 degrees CPU.
Bro, I'm not even charging. No, I just need to buy a new MacBook. Alle Duitsers zijn homo. You need Pro, need Pro. Pro, I got the, but it's like, mine is like 3 years old, I think. Let me check.
I thought you bought a new MacBook.
Yeah, they didn't have it. It's it's a 2021. Jesus. Yeah, I need to buy a new one.
Damn, I thought you would have had the latest. I guess because at home you use a Mac Studio.
Yeah, I just use my studio.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Bro, look at this absolute face fucker of a candle again. Jesus. That candle is prostitution.
Someone's asking if you have a girl and if I have a girl. Why, are you interested?
No, I'm married to Bitcoin. Never England to the house of hell.
𝗕𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗙𝗧. I know what that song is. That's got to be the most NPC song of all time.
What?
Not gonna lie. The song suggestion that we've just got. 𝗕𝗟𝗡 Indian Summer.
It's at 81 now, so it's warming up when I put it on a fucking pedestal. That's crazy.
I really like Macs. I've had one forever. I got the maxed out 16-inch MacBook Pro, and it serves me well. I edit some crazy videos in 4K and stuff.
Yeah.
And was it pretty well. Usually upgrade every 2 years or so.
So I can close that one. I don't have a lot of tabs open. Not even many I can close. Bitcoin's your wife. Yeah, Bitcoin's absolutely my wife. I can kill my Telegram, but that's not doing much.
Have you got that app? It's called Stats or something, and lets you see what processors are using the most
I have cleaned my Mac Pro.
Oh yeah.
That's the same. But guys, it's not gonna do much, and we've been live for like 100 minutes. What do you say we're gonna end it here, Bax?
You're the boss. I'm chill. I
Yeah,
think
let's
same
do
goes.
that.
Where if we enter something, we'll send it in the Discord.
Yeah, we will. We
All right,
will.
sounds good. You want me to end it off here?
Yeah. Not
All right,
really
well, you
going
can expect
anywhere,
a
is
huge
it?
move in the next 5 minutes, people, as soon as we end this. So keep your eyes peeled on the charts, and we will see you.
Yeah, that's mostly what I'm good at.